Hey people, Intruder here, 1v1, Pale Tooth Gorge, blue side. DanielGrushin is an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized at ranged weapons. Up against, on the red side, Inekura is an Eversor Assassin, a risk-reward melee brawler that explodes on death, ready to cut some stuff to... what is he doing? He just melee charged to that dead tree thing. What's going on? He's not getting the central VP. He's going to go and harass the Inquisitor maybe? But he's just going to get Hammer of the Witches to the face. Does he want to decap the power maybe? Sentinels on him. More guardsmen on the way for DanielGrushin. Eversor takes the garrison for now. You have a strike squad up. And it doesn't seem like more stormtroopers on the way. So we might go straight into Purgation for Inekura. Stormtroopers are going to run into the Inquisitor on the west side most likely. And the guardsmen run into the strike squad on the east side. And they're going to mess them up. I don't think even both the guardsmen at 6 models can deal with the strike squad in melee. Oh, Inquisitor didn't finish a cap here. Misclick from DanielGrushin. Needs to go back and grab that. Eversor still in the garrison. And he's not close enough to shoot his pistol. Just menacingly looking at stuff. And that is quite menacing. And Eversor in a tower just staring at you. Still think the guardsmen are going to get wrecked by the strike squad. Stormtroopers coming mid, maybe to try and grab the VP. Eversor's out. Now he's just wandering towards the west side. He's got a big old pistol, this fella. Look at that thing. It's got a scope on it. Like a massive 8-time scope or something. Inquisitor did get the cap. And now needs to turn around and Hammer of the Witches the Eversor. Which should get him to leave. Then a special, look at that. Plasma pistol I don't think hit. Should be able to win that fight now. Eversor runs. That was a weird couple of minutes for the Eversor Assassin. Oh, the strike squad were afraid of the Sentinels with that stomp. Bad place for the Stormtroopers to be. Yep, too many lasguns for you fellas to deal with. These guys are going to get onto the power, are they? Getting their sergeants. No sign of flamers, but they should be able to bash at least one of the gens, maybe 2 of them. Here come operatives for Inekura, maybe operatives into Purgation. Operatives, of course, can get the melter in tier 2 with their sergeant. This is going to be their smoke grenade. They don't have the incendiary before they get the fallback plan. Got a bunch of abilities, these guys. They start with the smoke grenade, then a fallback plan gives them the incendiary grenade, and then in tier 2 with the sergeant, they get the melter. They can also break their retreat, of course, and get that health regen and infiltrate. They've got a lot of stuff to manage, those fellas. It's a cool little unit, though. Catechin's on the way for DanielGrushin. Help them stand up to the strike squad. It's double operatives for Inekura. I wonder if that'll dissuade Grushin from getting a Chimera in tier 2, because those guys can sneak around with double melters, and the Eversor can get a melter bomb himself. I might dissuade them from getting a Chimera. The Catechins can spot them if they're close enough. They're going in on the Catechins. There's a shotgun blast. Catechins do have power melee damage. And with the Sentinel support and that shotgun blast, that was a bit of a suicidal charge, I think, from those fellas. Inquisitor is busy capping the north side of the map, or at least trying to chase those guys into the garrison, it looks like. Here's the second operative squad getting the fallback plan. Is it 20 power? I think I saw 20 power there. These guys are also detectors, which will help if the Inquisitor decides to interrogate his armor at some point. It will also help to spot the Catechins if they're idle and infiltrate. Look at this! Ambush the Sentinel out of infiltration. And there's an incendiary. You can tell it's an incendiary because it's faster than the smoke grenade thrower, I think. Is that a double incendiary or just one? I think it was just one. The other guys don't have the energy to chuck it. And there's the fallback plan. Popping the flash grenade. I wonder if they'll break the retreat here to get some health regen, because they didn't drop any models. I think they get 10 health per second health regen when they break the retreat. I'm not sure how long it lasts for, though. Strike squad chopping stuff up in melee. West side, Eversor's on the cap. And we've got onslaught injectors for a bit more speed, more charge range. Takes them up to 18 charge range, I think. Something mental like that. The default is 12, I believe, and he starts with 15, like Purifiers do. I feel like Mark of Khorne Chaos Space Marine should get that too if they don't already have it. There's Psychon. Straight into a Hammer of the Witches though, and she's got the crossbow bolt pistols, so there is the crippling volley. But now that she's used Hammer of the Witches and crippling volley on that guy, can't use it on the Strat Squad, and they're going to come and mess stuff up, I think. They do have sergeants, can't get plasma guns until tier 2, of course. Crossbow bolt pistol is doing some decent DPS here. Is peeling off models pretty quickly. Not hitting any specials though. A little bit unlucky. They might have dodged the specials anyway because he's kept them moving. In amongst the Inquisitor now. Doing decent DPS, but they're getting very low. I think they need to run, and they do drop a model. That was a frustrating fight for Inekura. Couldn't get any special attacks. Killed maybe like 6 models, I think. Yeah, never special attacks as Inekura. I don't think they got a single one unless they got one right at the start. Operatives trying to bash power and cap stuff. They don't have a faster capping trait. Tier 2 on the way for Grushin. Are they straight into a Chimera here with double operatives around? We've seen what they can do on the ambush, taking out the Sentinel with their shotguns. I don't think they have proximity damage shotguns like scouts do. They're like Catechin shotguns, I think. In fact, they're the same model, aren't they? Yeah, they're the same shotgun model. There's the double incendiary shotgun blast. They have to retreat through their own fire, which is not great. Catechins in melee on retreat there, and grenade launch for good measure. Took out a model, worth it. No tier 2 yet for Inekura.
You know we're ready.
Might come out swinging with a dreadnought, which would be fun to see. Eversor's kind of charging around a bit with his onslaught injectors. Also had the pistol there, Executioner pistol is it called? Gone for the garrison. It's a bad place to be. Catechin's going to mess him up in melee once he gets out, maybe. There we go. Oh, he's using, is that hypermetabolism on himself to get energy and health regen? I think it was. Ouch. Grenade launcher really messes up garrison units. And the Eversor is going to go down. Was that Bio Meltdown? Or was that just a regular explosion? What is this effect on him now? Some globals and stuff going on. I think that was Bio Meltdown, maybe? Stormtroopers take the garrison now. Look at the map looking very red. Strat Squad here grabbing some stuff. They have their Tomes of Titan now. The plus indicator. Here comes double operatives. And they can melt a single squad of guardsmen pretty quickly with those shotguns. A 6 model guardsman, 9 model, sorry, guardsman squad will go down pretty quick. There's a crippling volley. Incendiary grenades. They can just retreat out of this, surely. Yeah, there's the retreat. And here's a Chimera. Transport and reinforcement vehicle for the Imperial Guard. Allows the models inside to shoot these turrets. So you get more firepower with units inside, 276 to 500. I don't think it matters how many units you have inside, as long as it's just one, they'll operate the turrets there. Eversor Assassin, there is the Executioner. Neurotoxin's pretty damn good. Damage over time, and they slow. Bashing power now. With just the Chimera and a unit inside, it's actually bashing pretty well. Gonna get 2 gens, I think. What is this? It's Strat Squad going into Catechins again after the banishment, but I don't think it's a good fight for him. Yeah, dropped a model, maybe another. Not quite. Catechins aren't great at chasing because they don't have a melee charge. Gonna get all 3 gens here, maybe. These fellas didn't even bother to reinforce. Just wants them to cap something, probably. Guardsman grabbing the natural VP of Inekura. Does go tier 2. They must have something queued up here, I think. We shall see. It's a Rhino with a las cannon, most likely to combat the Chimera. I want to see a Dreadnought, but I guess not. Bashing power are the operatives. How do they do here? It's a pretty good bash, 2 of them. Look at that. Can the Inquisitor kill a model? Hammer of the Witches doesn't get one. Here comes the Eversor Assassin. Crippling volley comes in time though. Stops him in his tracks. Such good control, and that pillar is heavy cover, as you saw there. Those 2 green dots denoting heavy cover. Neurotoxin, is it enough to kill the Inquisitor? with the base aura and stuff, I think she's going to out-heal it. She's going to out-heal it. Rhino already with the las cannon turret on the way to combat this Chimera. Eversor is very angry with this generator and infiltrated operatives, chucking in the incendiaries. So they don't have their sergeants yet, as you can see, still at 4 models maximum. There's your Rhino with double melters from the sergeants and that las cannon. Should be able to get the Chimera down here, especially with the infiltrating operatives. Where are the catechins actually? All the way over here, so they can't protect it by spotting the operatives. Needs to reinforce them though, needs to get the sergeant too, which I assume is 20 power or something. Got some sneaky stormtroopers getting the anti-armor kit to go after this Rhino. Maybe they can get the Rhino down before it's even a problem. It's a big ask though. Don't see the sergeants on the way, don't have any power, that's why.
We're in the middle of upgrades.
Must be at least 20 power, right, to give you a melter bomb. I'd be surprised if it's 15. No way it's 15. No way. Those guys gonna hang out to repair? I guess not. They are off. 2-to-1 cap here. No, double cap, sorry, for Inekura. But they are grabbing the mid, DanielGrushin. And we have an Inferno pistol up. It's kind of anti-everything damage from relatively short range. And she's gonna try and bash power. It's a pretty good power bash for this thing. I think it takes a generator out in 6 shots at level 1. Seems to be about that. That's 3 shots. Maybe it's 7. There's 4, 5. It is 6 shots at level 1. Pretty good bash. Las cannon got a couple of chunks off the Chimera, and we see a sergeant from one of the operatives here. They've got rid of the stormtroopers. Oh, they didn't get the anti-armor kit. They went for assault kit, and no Ogrins on the way. So what is their plan exactly? Oh, they're going to get a las cannon. That's the plan. These guys are sneaking. There's the sergeant on the way. It's 25 power. But where's the Rhino? Oh, it's getting harassed by the Inquisitor here. Judgment is up on it. After 20 seconds or so, the Inquisitor can judge the Rhino for heresy and do a bunch of damage to it. 300, I think, or something, isn't it? Yeah, 300 AV damage. And the gun alone, 43.5 melter deep. That's pretty high. It's a scary weapon. Sneaky stormtroopers again. Doesn't look like the time is right to chase down the Chimera right now. Las cannon is in play. Hard anti-vehicle weapon. Snares on hit 2. There it is. Double melter. And the Rhino's there. Can they repair this out? Oh, maybe they can. They're repairing like crazy. Incendiary goes in. I think they can out-repair this. Possibly. Oh, maybe not. They stopped repairing because of the incendiary. I think they should have stayed there and just repaired and reinforced off the thing. But they were getting quite low. And the Chimera is got. And there's that flash grenade, reducing the range of these guys. Rhino's going to get some repairs now. West side is the Eversor versus Catechins. And now has the assault armor for the charge. Gives some health regen and health as well, as you can see. And this is hypermetabolism, I think. Healing him up here, yeah. I think it's 15 health per second, isn't it? For 10 seconds. Unless it was nerfed. Also gives him an energy regen. And really helped him there in that 1v1 fight. Well, 1v squad fight, I guess. Strat squad in on the Inquisitor. It's another Chimera for DanielGrushin. Las cannon runs away. Catechin's taking back the Western VP. Level 2, these fellas. They have their Sarge too, who has a melter gun. You see him in the middle there with the beret. In the mid, Strike Squad are on it, getting their Justicar now, which takes their Tomes of Titan up a bit in damage. The banishment part of it even. Oh, are they going to cap though? No plasma guns on the guardsmen yet. But the stormtroopers do massive chunks of burst damage with those hot shot las guns. And look at the range they have. They did drop a model and then retreated. It's another heavy weapon squad, most likely going to be kept with the heavy bolter, although we might see an autocannon. We're not going to see double las cannons though. There's your melter, just to put a little bit of pressure on it. Force Grushin to repair. They can still use the husk of the last one as heavy cover too. There's the neurotoxin on the Inquisitor. Hammer of the Witches on the face of the Eversor in amongst the las cannon here. Might be forced off pretty quick though. There's a lot of damage coming in on him now. Levels to 3. Does level to 3 and does get away. It's Purifiers for Inekura. They have that awesome psychic field to disable abilities. Could be really annoying for the Inquisitor and also help you mess with catechins. Really messes up their flow if they can't use their shotgun blast and stuff. I think it's only, I think it's like 8-second disable or something, or 6, 7, 8 seconds. It might be 7 actually. I think it's 7 seconds, radius 12 is what I remember seeing. Purifiers are on the field. Justicars on the way. These guys have power melee weapons and a long charge range. They also have a little bit of health regen when they're in combat. I think it's only 1 per second, but it's something. By in combat, I think they need to attack stuff, not just get shot at. I think that's how it works. And a Justicar has a heavy melee weapon. So with the melters and the Rhino and that heavy melee weapon, the Chimera might not last long. It's already low on health. Getting a bunch of repairs. There's a Hell Fury Strike pulled in by the Inquisitor from a global bar, did a bunch of damage. Suppression now. Purifiers dropping a model. Oh, the heavy bolter heavy weapon squad died to the incendiary though. They just stood in it. Chimera is fully repaired. And there we see the psychic field. You see that Inquisition marker there denoting that they're silenced. They can't use abilities. And then they flee. Guardsmen don't have an ability. Does it also drain your energy? I feel like maybe it was... oh, there's Bio Meltdown. Maybe it was changed at some point to drain your energy as well. Or maybe it drained your energy before and they removed it. Something like that happened. But Guardsmen, of course, don't have energy. They don't have any abilities. They just point and shoot and repair. I guess it would stop them repairing. That's a point. I assume it would stop them repairing as well. There's the Eversor Assassin exploding. 146 to 432. Grenade launcher scares off the operatives. The operatives have been pretty awesome so far. I want to see some Dreadnought action though, please. Mr. Inekura. Plasma Cannon Dreadnought will be really fun to watch here. The blob of guardsmen trying to repair the Chimera and all of a sudden a plasma cannon in their face. Purifier's got a decent chunk of XP there actually. Can they stop the Inquisitors messing with them though? She should. I think she should switch back to the crossbow bolt pistol actually to help control these guys. That was a shotgun blast. At least one of them got knocked back. The others got suppressed at least. Maybe she just wants the raw DPS of the Inferno pistol, the Inquisitor here. And there's Judgment up, of course. Eversor Assassin on the way for Inekura. See, if you had Crippling Volley here, you win this fight, right? They can't stand there and take all those shots unanswered. There's Hammer of the Witches. Maybe Daniel feels like the heavy bolter turret is enough to control them when it's in the field. Double Incendiary. Has to run. Thought maybe it would try to duck into the Chimera there. Ouch, double melter. They've got 130 energy at level 3. Enough to infiltrate, double melter and double incendiary. Eversor Assassin using the turbo penetrator rounds, which should be shooting at the Chimera, not the Inquisitor. Not happy that Purifiers lose to the Catechins. Well, they had some help. They had an Inquisitor shooting at them too. Eversor doesn't want to expose himself yet to try and get shots on the Chimera. Heavy bolter is back as well. Purifiers could go around. There's plenty of space to. Eversor still down, of course. Twitching. Just eager to fight again. Gonna see double melters, are we? Yep. And then the Purifiers can try to go after it. Does not disable the weaponry like a haywire grenade would, but does slow down the vehicle, as well as the damage, of course. Can they get it? Power melee will do a little chunk to vehicles. Down it goes. That seemed to lose health really quickly, like it got hit by the Inferno pistol at the end there. Maybe that was just a big swing from the from the Demon Hammer.
They may have us here, sir. Go ahead, sir.
It looks like that was friendly fire from the Inferno pistol. Stop spamming setup teams, says Inekura. Here comes a bunker. I assume a Healy medical bunker type thing.
Won't be long, sir.
Strat squad level 3. Still no plasma guns on the guardsmen. I guess they've been tight for resources with all the heavy weapon squads coming out. One of them with a lascan and the other two with heavy bolters. We'd love to see some Ogrins up now to just meet the Purifiers in combat. Purifiers would do a lot of damage to Ogrins though. Vindicator taking shots. Oh, got suppressed now though.
Won't be long, sir.
Increasing the cooldown of his weapon, and as it's a sniper rifle, it's already pretty damn long, I imagine. Eversor's back, level 4, shooting stuff with his pistol. Here's the double operatives, and they're going to double incendiary in the bunker there. And there's Bio Meltdown, global ability of the Eversor, charging in there with the Bio Meltdown, explodes and kills the heavy weapon squad. The one that was inside the bunker also killed, I think. Yep. That was pretty effective attack, although Eversor down again. Maybe that was always planned. Just chuck him in there with Bio Meltdown and let him explode.
Reinforcements are here.
That was a Hellfury strike to get rid of the operatives, who have been a massive pain in the arse so far. 137 to 270.
We are under attack.
Got a decent chunk of the map here, as Daniel. There's that psychic field to disable the abilities of these guys. They're just going to turn and melee them. There's some guardsman support here. These are level 3 catechins, level 1 purifiers. They still haven't dropped a model though, the purifiers. Now they have. And they might drop another. Yep, they dropped 2. Oh, Vindicator was helping though.
I'll get to that next.
They're reinforcing off the bunker, of course. Can't get models of the catechins, say Mr. Vindicator. What kind of assassin are you? We just saw the energy burst, removing some energy from the catechins, also slows them down a bunch. That would be another reason not to get Ogrins, as much fun as it would be for me to see. Oh, we have Excruciators. Incendiary from the operatives there. They're just backing off to the bunker and reinforcing. Vindicator needs to be careful. Doesn't have much hit points. And flees. And now we have 12 models on the guardsmen, so they're reinforcing 3 at a time, and they have a little commissar fella who's a decent combatant, much better than the other models anyway in that squad. Purifiers now level 2. Found a isolated heavy weapon squad that was trying to cap, I think, or bash power or something. What is this? Oh, this is the Eversor global ability that reveals all enemy units on the map. It's like Vindicare support or something it's called. I guess the idea that a Vindicare is telling you where all the stuff is. Pretty cool. There's your Assail. Does need to channel the ability. Looks like she was still firing though. Although, like, the gun was by her side, but she was still shooting it, which is weird. But hey, you do you, Miss Inquisitor. I'm not going to argue. Hammer of the Witches on the Vindicator. So close to getting him. There's your banishment. 137 to 151. Catechin's grabbing that central VP now. Power uncapped here. Maybe Inekura a little bit too focused on the mid. A bit more pressure over here perhaps. Maybe they have been putting tons of pressure now, I just haven't seen it. Maybe I've just been too focused on the mid. How about that, Indrid? Found a power bash here. Gives up the power bash to shoot some operatives. There's a Hell Fury again. Used that pretty well, because the operatives tend to be bunched up to use their abilities together. Just Assail on the Eversor. Should retreat. There's the retreat. Now she can go back to the cap, and they finish a Gen Bash. Not sure if they're going to get the node. Now we have plasma guns on the guard, and look at the difference it makes as those Strat Squad try to get into combat there. So painful. Double incendiary again. Certainly does some decent work. Vindicator's level 2. Doesn't seem like he's done a lot, but he's level 2. I guess taking out guards on models isn't super impressive. Eversor. That was Neurotoxin. And there's Bio Meltdown again. Everything just retreats as he gets suppressed. Is that Bio Meltdown and Hypermetabolism at the same time? I think it is. Which keeps him alive. Oh, and kills the Inquisitor, that's right. Oh, that's what that marker is. After the hypermetabolism ends, he gets, I think it's 10 seconds of being a bit more vulnerable. Like, he takes 30% more damage once it ends. It's a big adrenaline dump, I guess. And the Purifiers be capping, level 2. Inquisitor got Bio Meltdowned. She's still using the Inferno Pistol? I can't see it. Her hand is stuck in the ground or something. Vindicator grabbing the eastern side, 137 to 81. A lot of resources, DanielGrushin. Probably going to wait until the hero gets down, gets a bit cheaper before repurchasing though. For those that don't know, heroes have a cost depending on their level when they went down. And as you wait, the cost goes down to a minimum of 250. And players usually wait, unless they really desperately need their hero up, I guess. Incendiary. Las Cannon trying to shoot the infantry, but it's difficult. He might just die here, the Las Cannon. Strat Squad level 4 in amongst the guardsmen. There's the retreat. And now gets in on a Las Cannon. Are they going to break retreat to shoot again? There's a sail, but they can still attack the Las Cannon. It's going to die. Are they just letting it die here to get some more pop and upkeep? Reduce upkeep. Operatives are now reinforcing off the bunker because they stole it. Something's in there. Oh, it's the Eversor himself in there.
Happy to be of service. Understood. Upgrading tech.
Vindicator's almost level 3. 105 to 78 on the VP's tier 3 all round. Lehman Russ. Maybe. Perhaps some Capsicum instead. Uh-oh. Incendiaries on the bunker. They grabbed it and then retreated. There's the Neurotoxin trying to finish off the heavy weapon squad. Smack. A couple more bolt pistol shots might be enough, not quite. There's Hypermetabolism again, and there's Psychon. But there's a sail as well. Also have the Liber Heresius for the Inquisitor. Just constantly chucking stuff, these operatives. They must be level 4, yeah, they are. 150 energy at level 4 too. Really helps them use those abilities. Was that Purification? How did they get their energy back? I don't think it was oh, maybe it was. Maybe the Strat Squad used Purification on them and they ran away. I know the Demon Hunter has a global that gives energy back, but I don't think the Eversor does. That must have been the Strat Squad just out of frame there. 62 to 78 on the VPs. Purifiers have lost their Justicar. Here comes 25 power again though. I think they always have the health regen in combat. I don't think they need the Justicar for it. And there's a Psychic Field. Again, not entirely sure why it was used on guards when they're not repairing anything. I guess there's not much else to use it on here. Eversor lost the indicator for them. They're level 7. Have found the heavy weapon squad charging through with that assault armor. Purifies doing some really good work in the mid. Really good work. Tanked a bunch of plasma guns and got level 4, but now they're being assailed. Need to run. Hammer of the Witches as well on the Eversor. Inquisitor's been pretty badass, to be honest. There's that Bio Meltdown again, I think it is. And the Eversor falls in spectacular fashion. Has a VP lead though in Inekura. 28 to 78. Double Incendiary. Gonna kill those guys if they're not careful, and down they go. Shotguns finishing them. Down goes the Vindicator though. Inferno pistol shot to the face. 22 to 78. Kashyyykin on the way for DanielGrushin. Is it gonna be enough though? Hell Fury flown in. Oh, Inquisitor falls. I think that might be GG. Inquisitor dying there is pretty rough. Now they've got to make the choice. Do you get Inquisitor up or do you get anything else up? Could get another setup team, but they seem to have been dealt with reasonably well so far. They've killed like 3 or 4 of them, I think, in Inekura. And here's a Dreadnought. I don't think we'll ever get to see it do anything though. Down to 7 VPs is DanielGrushin. There's the energy burst and there's the psychic field. Catachans can't use their grenade launcher and stuff. Charging into melee. Incendiary thrown in there too. Grenades from the Kashyyykin. Catachans holding on, reinforcing off the bunker. Purifiers going after the guardsmen. There's a banishment thrown out. Just not sure if they could do enough damage quickly enough here to stop the reinforcing. Grushin still has a decent amount of requisition. Did they steal it? Oh, the strike squad just stole the garrison. They stole the bunker. So now the guardsmen in trouble. Guardsmen just wiped. There's another psychic field. These guardsmen are trying to grab it. That's a Kashyyykin actually, and they can cap faster. There's no guardsmen left for DanielGrushin. Desperation here. Strike squad just hanging out in the bunker to make sure it doesn't go back to the guardsmen. And here's your Dreadnought. Yay, we do get to see it. Awesome. Starts off with a big old flamer on it. Heavy flamer? I'm not sure what they call it actually. It's like blue flames. I assume it's like psychically charged or whatever. Incinerator? They probably just call it an incinerator. Well, there's the game, I think. Inekura's going to grab that central VP. It was a fun game. Inquisitor never got back up. Level 7. Eversor level 8 and down after like the 15th bio meltdown. There's the 2-1. And I think that's it. Dreadnoughts is in base. Roasting some guardsmen and Kashyyykin and stuff. Oh, it's Catachans and Kashyyykin. Well, there it is. It was a fun one. Level 7 Inquisitor. Level 8 Eversor. Lots of cool hero usage in this one. Tons of action in the mid. It was nice to see the Purifiers boss things around. Got level 4. And the double operatives was really fun to see too. 150 energy. How much health do you guys have? 1996 at level 4. Cool stuff. Thank you for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.